This morning. Earlier, I spoke with Allstate CEO Tom Wilson in a Fox Business exclusive. We began with Allstate's underwhelming quarterly earnings report and the reasons behind it.
Well, second quarter, we didn't earn as much money as we wanted. That really was in focus in our auto insurance business. The rest of our businesses are doing great. In the auto insurance business, starting in about fall of last year, people started driving more. They drive more. They have more accidents. There's more accidents. They cost more to fix them because the car is more expensive. So as a result of that, what we're doing now is just raising prices at auto insurance.
It's interesting when you say that because the auto claims rising have some of the analysts scratching their heads. Why is it that we're seeing auto claims rise at Allstate when we're not seeing the same kinds of claims rise elsewhere at some of your competitors? And I don't know, could you have foreseen that you would see more drivers on the road and perhaps that would mean an increase in claims? What are you doing about that?
Well, what we're doing about it is improving our pricing, so we're increasing our prices. So if you look at how we annualize it out, so far it would annualize out to about a little over 5% increase in prices over the course of the year. But we'll have to see how much the regulators allow us to increase prices. As it relates to our competitors, you're seeing a mixed bag there. A number of our large competitors are having the exact same results we are. So we think it's environmentally driven. Nevertheless, we still need to raise prices to cover the increased costs.
So where does the growth come from next then, Tom? I know that you've got a solid market position, obviously, and the auto business is so important. Can you talk to us about where the growth comes from at Allstate in the coming years?
Well, first and foremost, we can grow in the businesses we're in. So in terms of auto insurance, home insurance, we insure around 10% of the markets, depending which state you look at. And so we have plenty of room to grow there, and we intend to grow there. On a longer-term basis, we're doing a lot with the connected car. So, people spend a bunch of time in their car. They're the reason we have accidents, and they spend about an hour a day versus 3 hours a day watching TV. We can help them be safer, do it cheaper, and have a better experience with our connected car operations.
Yeah, I'm so glad you mentioned that, Tom, because this has sort of, consumers and watchers of your connected car really creating a debate. And it's the same debate going on throughout technology. It's what do you do with all of that information? Is Allstate now spying on me because you've got sensors all over the place telling me, who's in my car, my driving habits, and all this. What are you trying to ascertain with these sensors that are going to be telling you so much information about the car and who's in it?
It's a really good question. And what we're trying to do is give people the right price for them. So when you're pricing insurance, you're obviously trying to determine how good is somebody a driver, how much should they drive, will they have an accident, because we have to estimate whether or not you'll have an accident. And we charge you the right amount, the appropriate price for that. With all these sensors, we can tell if you're a good driver, you save a lot of money. And so with our DriveWise product, about 60% of the people end up with lower insurance premiums as a result of that. And what we find is while initially some people say, hey, I'm not interested in having how I drive. If we say, well, we think you can save, $40 to $50 every 6 months, maybe $60, people are saying, well, I'm interested then.
So you're going to know a whole host of things about people driving their cars that we didn't know before. Where does that data go? What are you planning on doing with all that data other than creating a pricing strategy?
Well, in addition, what we're trying to do is help people have safer, better driving experiences. So, for example, we can tell you where there's traffic alerts, where there are places where there are more accidents, and so you should try to avoid those or pay more attention if you get to a particular intersection. We're also finding ways to help people have a better experience. So we're letting them game, so you can compete with your family members to see who's a better driver. If you have a teenager, we can tell you how your teenager's driving. So we're using that data to create a better customer experience.
Tom, it's good to have you on the show today. Thanks so much. Allstate CEO Tom Wilson there. Donald Trump